Hi guys, so I'm gonna give you a little moment to take all this in because I am in love. Today we are doing a full face of Be Perfect makeup and wow. That is all I'm going to say. Spoiler, wow. If you like this sort of thing, please do give me a like if you can on this video. Subscribe if you want to. Really does help me out. Any videos that do like particularly well, I know that you at least want to be seeing them. So I do take the likes into consideration. If you want to see how Be Perfect makeup performs, how we got this stunning look, then keep on watching. So, I know I'm very barefaced at the moment. It is not at all common for me to come on camera without at least my eyebrows done. But we have a brow product, so it kind of had to be done, didn't it? So, I have the Be Perfect Cosmetics Indestructible Soap Brows. It's just this clear little situation going on, and I really like the packaging. I like it slides, so it doesn't pull off, you slide it. I don't know why, I just find that quite satisfying. So it says on the back, set your brows in place with the Indestructible Soap Brows. For strong defined brows, comb through the brow with a clean spoolie. Activate the soap by spraying water onto the spoolie or directly into the soap 30 centimetres away. Comb through brows until you are happy with how the hair has set. For laminated brows, versatility. Use index finger to press over hair to lay the eyebrow hairs completely flat. Fill in sparse brows with your chosen shade of Be Perfect's Indestructible eyebrow pencils. Well, I don't actually fill in my eyebrows, so I'll just be using this. So, first off, I'm just going to brush through my actual brow hairs. The only thing I've got on my face is moisturiser. That's all we've got on. I know it's a sad time. It's a sad time for this channel to see me looking like this, but hey ho. I think I'm going to go with wetting the spoolie and then putting it into the product, just so then it's not like overly wet. So I've just sprayed some water into the lid and I'm coating my spoolie with it. And then, just going in and coating my spoolie. So, I don't know if you can see, but that is the product there. It's see-through, clear sort of situation. And let's use the Be Perfect mirror, as this is a full face of Be Perfect, to do the makeup. Oh. Alright. So all I've done is what you've seen. I've literally just brushed that through my brows. That's all I've done, just brushed it through. Just going to go back in and see if I can get some more product and add to that. Go through the front here. Comb through. And then we'll do the whole pattern. And there we have it. It doesn't feel, I was going to say, I thought it was going to be a little bit like the pink honey glue, but it's not sticky like the pink honey glue. And it feels like, it doesn't feel like sticky or tacky on my eyebrows, whereas that does tend to stay like a little bit tacky straight after, but I am really impressed with that. My eyebrows look really nice. Like, done, not done. And if they hold, which we will see by the end of this video, that's really quite nice. I'm just going to do the other brow. I also feel like with some brow products, sometimes you can sort of find yourself putting on too much product, but this seems to be, touch wood, okay. So that is how the brows are looking, and I must say, I'm really quite impressed with that. So what I am going to do is just get some micellar water and a cotton bud and clear around my eyebrow, so then I don't have any of that formula actually around my eyebrows. I kind of just want it on the hairs. And then we'll get to the eyeshadow. So I've just done one eye off camera. I've got my P. Louise base on ready to go. So I'm going to be using the Carnival for the Antidote palette. First of all, on the inner half of my eye, I'm going to go in with the shade Pecan, which is like this dark purpley maroony colour, and that is going just in the crease. And I'm going to take it about to my pupil. So I've placed it on there. I'm just going to clean off the brush on my little makeup flannel, and then I'm just going to go around those edges and buff them out and this inner part here. So we've got a lovely blended edge. And with that same brush, I'm going to go in to the shade Sweet Cheeks, which is like this mauvey pink colour, and that is going just here onto that edge that we have just buffed out. And then cleaning off the brush again and blending the edge of that. I'm just going to go back in with Pecan and make sure that it is there in that crease. And making sure that I've got a nice shape. Next up, I'm going to go in with the shade Chestnut, which is the real dark brown. And that is going to go on the outer half of my eye. So just in that crease, and then blending it with a really light hand in with those purpley tones. And I'm also going to make sure it comes quite far in as well to that lid. I've got this like sort of narrow horseshoe shape, and I don't really want to lose that. So making sure it still comes quite far in. Then cleaning off the brush and just making sure that those edges are nice and soft. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Lotte Latte, which is just the brown, and that is going on the edge of that darker brown, through into that purple, and then out. Just really buffing this in so there's no harsh edges and everything flows nice and seamlessly. And then to blend that out, I'm going to go in with Dusty Rose, which is sort of like the pinky pale brown colour. And that is just going on those edges and pulling that nice and far out near my eyebrow. Nice and far out near the tail of my eyebrow. And then to really just make sure that everything's blended, I'm going to go in with a tiny little bit of Dove, which is like the off-white, and just really make sure that everything at that edge is looking okay. So that is where we are at after the first initial blend. So now I'm going to go back in and re-intensify. So I'm going to go in with Chestnut. Really trying to keep an eye on how that shape should look. Then back in with Lotte Latte. Then Dusty Rose. And then Dove. So now it's time to try and add a little bit of the black. So I haven't put the black down first because I didn't want the look to be black with little bits of colour. So I'm using the black very, very sparingly to just change the tone of the brown. So as you can see here, this outer corner is a hell of a lot darker than here. That's just because I've used a tiny bit of black. So literally going in with Mystic, just swirling my brush ever so slightly, tapping it off, and then all I'm going to do is gently, very, very gently buff on that outer part of my eye. I'm hardly even touching my skin because this black is black. So just making sure that there's no harshness to that black. I want it to be really quite dark here at this corner, but that's it. Everything else, still, you can see the brown, you can see the colour. And just to make sure that that black isn't too much, I'm going to go back in with Lotte Latte and just dust it over the edges of that black. Just a smidge. So now it is looking like it's time to cut the crease. So just going to grab cotton bud, micellar water, you know the drill by now, and just take off this inner part of the lid. So now that that's cut, I'm also going to take some of my P. Louise base and actually cut the crease. So now that that crease is cut, I'm just going to go in and add the lid shade. So I'm going to go in with Buttercup, which is the bright yellow, which is going on this inner third. Then I'm going to go in with Pretty Peachy, which is just a slightly deeper yellow. And then I'm going to take that Pretty Peachy slightly over the rest of the lid. Not packing it, just slightly buffing it out. And then going in with Spiced Coral, the orange over that. And then just going in with Chestnut to make sure that everything is nice and blended out on that edge where the orange is meeting those darker shades. Just going to take a hint of the black as well to really, really darken up that very outer corner, really just concentrating it there. So on that outer corner and then slightly up here. Lovely. And then to finish it off, I am going to take some of the shimmer shade Brass. And what I am going to do is mix this with some of the Inglot mixing medium, just a drop of that, in with some of that shadow pigment, just to make a lovely liner. And that is going to go right here on this edge. And there we have the shadows for the eyes done. So now moving on to primer. So I've got the Perfection Primer Silky Matte Base Primer. So what I'm going to do is just, ooh, Look at that. It's like clear. Oh. So I'm not going to put this all over my face because it's like a silky matte primer. I'm only going to put it in like sort of like my T-zone area where I normally get oily and where I sort of want perfecting, so to speak. So I think I'll use my finger. So silky is the right description. Matte is also the right description. It almost feels it's sort of like, it reminds me slightly of like the Professional, but it's not as thick and it's not like that's, it's not silicone-y. It's as it says, it's a silky matte, but I don't know, I feel like it has got rid of that sort of like texture, that bumpiness. It is quite perfecting. Yeah, this isn't like my usual cup of tea primer. It's not something that I would usually just like sort of grab or gravitate towards, but just actually looking at my pores, yeah, I think for the T-zone, or for my T-zone anyway, that's actually really, really nice. I think if you have oily skin, you would really, really benefit from this. Just because it is matte. But yeah, as I say, using it on my T-zone, that seems to be quite nice. Yes, I quite like that. So I'm going to bob my foundation on because Be Perfect don't have a foundation as of yet. And then I will be back with you for everything else. So foundation is on, concealer is on. I'm thinking I will go in and just powder the areas that need powdering with the Perfect Storm Bronze, Shape and Illuminate Full Face Palette. So this does in fact come with a pressed powder, so I'm thinking of giving this a go. It does look very, very yellow though. Very, very yellow. So we shall see how I get on with this. So just making sure that nothing has creased. And just to note, I honestly do think that that primer has really, really helped with the pores on my nose. My nose, my chin are both looking like very, very smooth compared to like just, you know, standard any old primer. So yeah, that primer has actually helped with how my foundation and my concealer is looking. So I'm quite pleased with that. So just dabbing into this powder. Seems okay. Nothing to write home about. Oh, actually, I like how it's looking on my nose. I feel like my nose and my under eyes is how I tell if I like a powder or not. Just looking now, it does seem very yellow. Like, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I do look a little bit yellow, I think, possibly. Am I being paranoid because I know that it's yellow? I feel like something is yellow. But that's what we're here for. We're here to test. If it looks yellow, which I personally do think it looks slightly tinged yellow, then fair dues. It's what testing videos are here for. Yeah, I'm not like massively a fan of that powder. Yes, it is probably a brightening powder on most people. On me, it does look kind of yellow. I'm hoping that we'll be able to rectify this with lots of bronzing and blush. So next up, I have the Shape Stick from Be Perfect in the shade Caramel. So this is it here. Lovely, gorgeous packaging. And all that I'm going to do, because I haven't set like the perimeters of my face, I'm just going to draw this on and then buff it out. Because I don't know how this product works, I'm going to put some on and blend it out to see what I'm working with. If it's one of those like really, really creamy products that stays creamy, blends out, then fantastic. I can bob it all over my face, but I'm not quite sure how it works yet. It is my first time using it. It's my first time using everything but the palette, so I'm just going to draw it high, slightly higher than my cheekbones, then I can blend it downwards. So just going there. So just gonna grab my brush and start blending. That blended out nicely actually. So instead of actually going in and swiping on, because sometimes I'm not 100% with that, I am gonna just brush it to my brush. And literally just patting on. Oh, I quite like that. It's a little bit cool toned, maybe. Honestly, the powder, the yellow tinge to the powder has thrown me off a bit. I don't really know what I'm looking like anymore. But it's blending out really, really, really easily. It's creamy, but not too creamy, which I do like. I don't like it when it's too creamy and it literally just runs all over my face and like goes everywhere. But it is giving me like a nice subtle bronzed look. Nice finish to it also. Yeah, I'm not overly mad at that. I think that's quite nice. It's lovely and easy to work with, which I am a fan of. And it seems to be layering up nicely, which again, I am a fan of. Yeah, the more I put on, the more I really like that. Yeah, I feel like now that I've got that little bit of bronziness going as well on my face, that yellow powder, it is yellow, but it isn't throwing me off too much now because it's sort of just brightening, not yellow. So now I'm going to go in with the Heat Wave shade in the palette, which is the bronzer. And I'm just going to take this quite wide on my face. I don't want to bring it too far in because I am already a little bit bronzy now. Ooh. Now that I do like. As I say, keeping it quite wide, not bringing it mega far in. Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, it's not like picking up funny on any bits of that cream bronzer. It's not skipping or anything like that. It's a nice enough colour. Yeah, another winner with that. So next up, I'm going to go in with the Scorched Blusher in the shade Flushed, which is this like lovely, gorgeous baby pink. It has like this slight gold reflect. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it's really, really lovely. And I have actually tried this blusher before. I've tried it to go to work in, so I do know that I like it. There's a lot of kickback in the palette. I don't know if you can see, but you just got to tap off. It's not a massive problem, but yes, I'm just going to put this nice and high and then on the apples of my cheeks. Yeah, I just think that's like a really, really gorgeous colour. a really healthy sort of colour. I just think it looks like really, really lovely. Even a smidge on my nose, I think. I forgot to contour my nose yet again. Back in with the bronzer to contour the nose. And then maybe just going with a smidge more of that lightening powder just to calm it down on my nose. And just get everything blending. Yeah, just feel like that's really, really healthy. Fabulous. Now I'm going to go in with the highlighter in the palette as well. I don't know if this is going to be a little bit too dark. Let's have a look. I think it possibly might be a little bit too dark, but we shall see. Maybe a smidge too dark, but nothing much. I think we might have just got away with that, folks. Ooh, yes. And I've just remembered, I also have another highlight from Be Perfect, which is the Be Perfect Get Wet Skin Sheen in collaboration with Stacey Marie. So if you think I'm not going to have a go of this, you're also wrong. I think this is a cream formula, but I'm just going to add the tiniest bit. Oh, yeah. Tiniest bit to that cheekbone. Wow. Yes, it is very glittery. It is literal glitter on my face, but I'll do it for the gram. I'll do it for the gram. I know glitter highlights aren't everybody's cup of tea, and I wouldn't wear them normally on like an everyday basis sort of thing, but I don't mind at least trying them. All highlighted up. So I'm thinking, while I'm here, I should probably try and do the lower lash line. So, outer corner, I'm going to go in with Chestnut. Then next up, I'm going in with Sweet Cheeks. And then for this inner part, I'm going in with Buttercup. And I'm also going to take that Dusty Rose and really blow out that corner. Like so. Just quite far on the temples. Yeah, liking that. And then to also finish up the eyes, I'm going to take the Inglot eyeliner gel, and that is going on the waterline. And I'm also going to tight line that upper lash line too. So now I'm also going to go in and just add a wing to the eye look. Again with that Inglot liner. So now that the eyeliner is on, it's all very much coming together now. I'm going to go in with the Bad Llama Mascara. Ooh, so we've got a very spiky looking wand. And I'll just see what this is saying. So very like sort of separating spiky defined lashes. I mean, it's okay. It's nothing again. to write home about, but I've got some lashes coming up. So I didn't particularly want an absolutely mind-boggling mascara anyway. I will, however, go in on the bottom lashes with a little bit of the mascara. Yeah. Good mascara for your bottom lashes. Very good, in fact. So I'm now just going to add the lashes, which are the Be Perfect and Jack Jossa Universal lashes in the style Queen. So that's them here. So those lashes are now on, and I'm a little bit obsessed. Are they not absolutely gorgeous with this eye look? Like, I am feeling myself. So I do keep going back to the eyes, but it's because I keep forgetting things. So in a corner, I'm going to go in with the shimmer shade Glisten, which is like a white gold. And that is going right there on the inner corner. Yes. That is stunning. That. So now, finally, lips. I've got the double glazed lip gloss in the shade Sweet Spot. This colour looks amazing. Don't necessarily know if this lip colour goes with the look, but we're here to test the formulas, okay? It's really, really comfortable. It's a shame about the colour because it really doesn't go with this eye look, but I will have to grab an actual shade, like a nudie shade of this, because this is probably one of the most comfortable lip glosses I've tried in a while. Like, it literally feels like, you know, like if you have like, it's not as greasy as, but if you just have like Vaseline on your lips, like really, really comfy and hydrating. Yeah, really, really like that. Really like it. So guys, here is the final look. We have some gorgeous, gorgeous eyes going on right now. I am so, so in love with this eye look. My skin looks and feels flawless. That primer, I'm really, really impressed with it, like big time. My brows are still lovely and fluffy, holding their shape. These lashes, I think, are really, really gorgeous. Like, they are dramatic, but not like too dramatic, I don't think. Really, really liking the cream bronzer. I feel like I do look nice and bronzed, glowy, lovely. It's a shame that I was a bit thrown off by the yellowy powder, but you know what? Now that everything else is on, I don't actually think it looks yellow really. I think it just kind of looks like a bright under eye. So yeah, I'm really, really impressed. If there's any other brands that you would like me to do a full face of, please do let me know, because this was, of course, requested, so I have done it for you. I hope that you have enjoyed this full face of Be Perfect makeup as much as I have. Big, big thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay well, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!